Hello and welcome to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey in all teams. Recently we took a look at the Swedish arenas in the SHL, and we haven't done the British logos yet. It's already filmed, it's just going to release after this video. But we're going to look at the EIHL British Elite League arenas. And I think there's 12 teams, and this information was sent to me by John Goodwin, so thank you very much for sending me these pictures, doing all the research for me, and saving me some time.
He did a great job.
He did, and you've briefly looked at some of these arenas, but not in detail.
Oh God,
you
no.
Just a very quick look.
Yeah.
You just know that there's some good-looking ones.
Yeah.
Well, there's an inside and an outside of every single arena. We're going to go through it and just talk about them. This isn't a ranking.
Yeah, they're not ranked.
They're not ranked.
They're ordered by, looks to be alphabet by
Yeah.
John when he sent them, so we just left it in that order.
Yeah, they're in whatever order he sent them in. They're not ranked whatsoever. We're just going to look at them and discuss them and just say what we like and what we don't like about them. So let's talk about the Belfast Giants.
I love
first.
this. Isn't that gorgeous?
Yeah.
It's right on the water. It's in Northern Ireland. It's not a huge arena by North American standards. It's one of the bigger ones in the British hockey world, but it's got 9,000 seats. It was built fairly recently in the year 2000.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful from the outside.
I'm just looking at it. I'm trying to reference the NHL and trying to think about what NHL rinks are on the water, and if there are any. And from the top of my head, I can't really pick one.
From certain angles, the Amalie Arena in Tampa is actually close enough to the water. You'd get a waterfront view of it.
Okay.
And yeah, but even the ACC in Toronto, that's fairly close to Lake Ontario. It's not close enough for a view like that.
Oh, no.
Not even close. Yeah.
Let's look at the inside here.
Nice.
Okay, so I like how the ceilings, the rafters are almost like rounded in a way.
Do you see a score clock there?
I do not. I didn't even notice that. I do see a TV in the distance there in the corner. I'm wondering if that's how they see the replays, and
maybe so. Or maybe they've decided that the fans don't need to see replays.
Maybe.
Which would be awesome.
You're not a fan of the score clock.
I'm not a fan of the score. Obviously you need a score clock somewhere. But I'm not a fan of everybody sitting in the arena, 20,000 people, or in this case 9,000 people, if they had one of these jumbotrons, and they're not watching the game, they're actually all watching there, and to see if they're going to see themselves on the KISS camera, or waving, or doing a silly dance during a stoppage of play.
All right.
I just think it's too much of a distraction. So I really like that.
I'm okay with the score clock not being in this specific arena, but
Yeah.
I do like it in NHL arenas.
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, next on the list is...
This is the Braehead. This is Glasgow. The Braehead clan play here. This is that's the Clyde River that you're seeing. Again, another waterfront property. There's quite a few of those in this league. The arena was built in 2010, and it seats 4,000 or so people. So it's not a huge, capacity arena, certainly by our standards. It would be similar to, I guess, the Halifax Metro Centre, or even the one we have here in Charlottetown, in terms of raw seating. But it's a lovely looking property.
Yeah, it is. And some of these pictures are a little small, so they might not look the highest of resolution, but it almost looks like three rinks together.
It does.
In a way or something.
It may be a multiplex of some
kind.
kind.
It may be. All right, let's look at the inside.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I like the black ceiling. Yeah. Everything's painted black. I like that.
Yeah, and it's a fairly low ceiling. As we can see, it makes sense. We know there's only 4,000 seating. The far end, we see there's virtually no balcony
type.
Just
a flat wall.
Yeah, just a flat wall.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And no score clock again.
And again, no score clock. So maybe that's going to be a theme we see running through here.
Could be.
But
it looks like a decent place to watch a hockey game, though.
Yeah, it sure does. Looks to be well lit.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like it.
All right, next up.
This is Cardiff. This is the Cardiff Devils play here. This is in Wales. And it looks like it just landed, and they want to speak to our leader.
Yeah. It's very unique looking. I love it.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It has a very alien ship kind of look to it.
It almost looks like an art museum more than an arena, for sure.
Yeah.
I like it, though.
Very interesting.
So is this seats...
seats 3,000, just a little over 3,000, 3086.
I think this is built very recently.
Just the other day, 2016.
Just the other day, yeah. All right, let's check out the inside.
Yeah, it's very nice. Oh, yeah. They do have a score clock. It looks to be in the middle.
Yeah. Oh, it's weird though.
Looks like just a bunch of screens hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah,
maybe.
it's almost like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's another one in behind it, or maybe 2 in behind there. Interesting.
But it looks well lit. The seating appears to be steep enough that everybody would have a good view of the play, even where this picture is being taken from. Obviously, it's a second balcony type of altitude.
And it looks like there's a lot of standing room along the top of the outside. I like that.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's
I was expecting a little more, though, to be honest, from looking at it from the outside.
From the outside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm disappointed, but I'm a little disappointed based on what the outside looked like.
Okay.
Next on the list.
Next, this is where the Coventry Blaze play.
The Sky Dome, looks like it's called.
Yep, and it's got 3,000 seats for hockey. This was built in 1999. Coventry is in central England, not too far north. Central England, east of Birmingham. And it
looks like an arena.
looks like an arena. Looks like what we're used to seeing.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
All right, the inside.
Darker.
It looks a little... Oh, the lights are strange. They're pointed in the wrong direction.
They seem to be.
Or something.
You see the reflection of them. I guess the viewers will be seeing it right behind us.
Yeah, it could be just a...
Yeah, this is clearly just after the ice has been flooded. The Zamboni's just gone off because the ice is very reflective, as it usually is at the beginning of a period.
Look how high the score clock is.
Yeah, it's way up there.
If you're sitting at one of the ends up high, these banners might be in the way of...
They might be.
I've seen the score clock.
They might be, yeah.
I love that they have a Canadian flag hanging there.
Canadian flag, an American flag. Is that a Danish flag, perhaps? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah.
It looks like almost a Slovakian flag, and then maybe a Swedish flag in behind it or something.
Could be. And there might be other flags all around that we can't see.
Yeah.
Representing the international character and quality of the team. And
it's really dark, though.
Yeah.
Maybe it's I don't know if it's just a picture, but it looks quite dark.
Yeah. It does indeed.
Other than that, I don't know. I got nothing negative to say about it.
No.
All right, moving on to Dundee Stars.
The Dundee Ice Arena, where the Stars play. This is on the north shore of the River Tay. It's clearly an arena.
I like the glass.
Oh yeah,
it looks like an arena.
You're a fan of glass.
I do like glass.
It seats 2,300. Now from the outside, it looks bigger than that to me. Like 2,300 doesn't seem like a lot of people, and that looks like it's almost a big city-sized arena.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, it was built in 2000. So inside.
Inside.
Flat ceiling, white.
Not the best picture, but yeah, white ceiling. It looks like a drop ceiling. It's like paneled or something.
And look at the curling circles on the ice surface. So it's obviously multi-use.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, so they play hockey. But, here in Canada, and probably in other places in North America, you go into a school gym, and the floor is just covered in lines.
There's lines everywhere, yeah.
Some lines are for basketball, some lines are for badminton, some lines are for volleyball, and so on and so on. So they're just lines crisscrossing each other everywhere. First time I've seen that sort of thing happening on the ice, there's sheets of ice for curling, from really from blue line to blue line almost there. And yeah,
even
very hard.
It doesn't even, like, this is the end of the ice over here, and then the other side is the blue line. So it's not even. Yeah,
it's from one end to the other.
It's not even symmetrical with the arena. Yeah, it's just very strange.
Interesting. Yeah.
I think I have to thumbs down that. Well, I mean, it doesn't affect the way the game of hockey is played, but.
Yeah, I don't know how that conflicting use even works, because with curling, the ice needs to be pebbled. It's basically got an intentional bubbly type top surface, and when you prepare ice for curling, you have this, at least in Canada, in a small rink, you wear this backpack or have a machine where you have essentially a sprinkler that comes out and you wave it back and forth, and the sprinkles just land on the ice to give it pebble, because the curling stones need something to kind of ride on and dig into.
Right.
But for hockey, it has to be totally smooth. So I wonder how much of a challenge it is to switch back and forth.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's easy, for all I know.
Interesting.
Yeah, but low ceiling, not extremely well lit, but they do what they can with what they've got, obviously.
And the rink is packed, so I'd like to see, or the arena, sorry. Yeah. But I always call it a rink. I don't know if that's a Canadian thing.
Probably is, yeah. Okay.
Next.
This is an older one. This, I believe, is the Edinburgh Capitals where they play.
Yeah.
And this is Edinburgh, Scotland, and being the capital of Scotland, the Edinburgh Capitals. That makes sense. This is the Murrayfield Ice Rink, I think they call it. And it's old. It's built in 1938.
1938.
Yeah.
Can you imagine playing NHL hockey in a 1938 arena?
It's
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, almost.
Basically.
Yeah, well, Madison Square Garden is the oldest arena still in use in the NHL, and it's 30 years younger than that.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Capacity here is 3,800. I have written down.
I do
don't
too.
know if that's right or not, but
that's right.
Hey, from the outside, you know what it looks like to me? A fish and chip spot. It's got the portholes in the middle there.
For me, it looks like the front entrance of an exhibition ground or something, where you're going in and inside there's horse races and there's rides, you know, and it almost looks like the thing you have to go through to get to the fun stuff. Yeah,
interesting.
It's vintage.
Yeah,
for sure. Let's see what it looks like on the inside.
Oh,
quite traditional on the inside.
I know those ceilings very well because I used to play hockey in arenas who had those ceilings, and you could just see puck holes.
Yeah.
In the insulation and the.
Yeah.
It looks. Go ahead.
No, fairly well lit.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah. No scoreboard at center ice that we can see.
Against the back wall there.
Yeah. And that's typical. Typical of smaller arenas.
Yep.
To have a scoreboard at center ice, you need something from which to hang it, and that something has to be an even higher ceiling. Really, there's no room.
You can tell this is an old arena because it's got the poles coming down right in the stands. You see that in a lot of older arenas.
Yes, sure do.
For a rink that old, or an arena that old, it looks quite nice.
Yeah, it does really. I'm sure it's had many renovations over the last 80 years.
Just like the Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, very good.
All right, next on the list.
Okay, now this is just across the river, really, from Edinburgh. The Fife Flyers play here. This was also built in 1938, interestingly.
Crazy.
What a coincidence. But the Fife Flyers play there, and I don't know enough about the geography of that part of Scotland to see if they're in the same metropolitan area, but it does look like they are from a map view.
Okay.
So, we're not talking a great distance away from the previous. So I imagine there's rivalry set up. The Fife Flyers play here. This is in Kirkcaldy. This is across from Edinburgh. The Firth of Forth is the body of water that's in between there. 3,000 seats. So roughly the same internal size.
It definitely looks like an arena from the outside.
Yeah.
And you can tell that they've got a picture of a goalie and some other stuff along the side there.
Yeah.
Looks like gymnastics or something. Multi-purpose arena.
Certainly looks like it.
The inside, similar to the last
Very
1938 arena with that ceiling, that
a
insulation
slight peak
ceiling.
to the ceiling, but enough room to put a clock in the middle. So it
still
does
looks
have that.
well lit.
Yeah.
For the most part. Yeah. I like the seats. It looks like the perfect size arena where you could, no matter where you sat, you could still see the ice really well and have a good game experience.
Yeah.
You notice how the mesh doesn't actually come around all the way in the corner there. It kind of stops and slants up. I wonder if there's regulations in that league where all of the mesh and the netting has to be the same. Because I didn't notice it in the other ones until now. So
yeah, probably just the angle of where this camera is. It's quite obvious to us now, but yeah, I don't know.
Next on the list.
Next we have the Guildford Flames play here. This is in Guildford. This is in what's known as Surrey, which is really the south part underneath London, south of London, in the countryside. This is southwest of London, in Guildford, and the Flames. I don't think John was able to get the attendance for us in that email. I didn't have it written down.
I found it.
Oh, you did?
2,000.
2,000, very good.
They actually tweeted it that the capacity was 2,000, but often sees 1,500 per game.
Okay.
So
yeah.
From what I could tell, it's a multi-purpose. Some people are calling it a pleasure palace. That seemed a little. That's an interesting term for an arena, but. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, we won't get into what a pleasure palace is, other than maybe to say that there are probably many of them found within a 20-mile radius of the Las Vegas Golden Knights.
Yes, I think that's
location.
a good analysis.
So we'll just put it that way.
It looks like a mall to me,
does.
And maybe it is. It's a mall. It's like I said, it's a pleasure palace or a pleasure whatever. So there's probably rides and pools and whatever else that's in there. So it looks It looks inviting.
Yeah.
The inside.
Oh, yeah. So we've got rafter structure there.
Yeah.
No clock.
Look at that completely flat black back wall there, and just a bit of standing room.
Wow. Isn't that interesting?
And it's packed.
It is.
That's awesome.
And the people are happy.
Yeah.
Must have been a good game. The team's congratulating each other on the ice, and the fans are hooping it up. Yeah. It was quite impressive.
Yeah, very interesting.
You know, for North Americans, you know, obviously I knew that, you know, there's some sort of hockey being played in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
But I didn't really pay any attention to how much or what kind of hockey, or that it even would have a following.
Yeah.
It does. It clearly does.
Yeah.
You know, certainly it's not as big as football, but
I have a video coming up when we're going to talk about European fans and how into hockey they are, their chants and stuff. So look forward to that in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Next is the Manchester Storm.
The Manchester Storm play here. Yeah, this is in Altrincham, which is a part of the Manchester metropolitan area, Stratford area, and this is where the Storm plays. 2,300 seats inside. This arena was built in 2007, so it's fairly new. Although it doesn't have a sparkly new look to it.
No, it looks like an older arena.
Yeah.
Like you can tell it's an arena, but it looks a little older.
Yeah.
It's got an 80s or a 70s vibe or something.
Yeah.
The inside, oh wow.
Oh, interesting.
I think it looks 70s or 80s on the inside as well.
Yeah, does it ever?
It looks like the rafters are made of wood. I think that's wood and not painted that way. I think that's actually wood.
I hope it is. That would add some nice
yeah.
texture to it. Yeah.
It makes it unique.
But it looks fairly well lit.
And look at all the stands are raised.
Mm-hmm.
There's no...
Yeah, everything's really high up.
There's no against the glass seating. That's the first time I've ever seen something like this.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Everybody would have a great view.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I really like that.
And there wouldn't be any banging on the glass either. Oh, sir.
Thumbs up for that. Next is the MK Lightning.
Yeah, the Milton Keynes Lightning. This is the Planet Ice Milton Keynes. That's northwest of London, not too far from Bletchley. So if you watch that movie, Bletchley Park and the decoding thing, and
Nope.
no? Okay.
Nope.
Well, someday you will. It's a famous location for World War II computer work to decode the German codes. So,
Oh, okay, I've seen that movie.
okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yes.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. And so this is very close to where that all happened.
So John wasn't able to find a very good picture of the outside, and I also looked to try and find a better picture than this, and I couldn't either. So I don't know why, but for whatever reason, there isn't really a good exterior picture of this arena. But this is all we got, so it's not really can't really say much about it.
Being
It's
so
hard
close
see.
to
Yeah.
Bletchley, perhaps it's an item of national security.
Maybe.
Okay.
The inside, yeah. I really like the white ceiling.
Yeah, yeah. It certainly helps light the whole place up. A lot of structure and pillars, though, as you commented on in a previous arena. So even though it has rafters and some sort of self-supporting structure, there's still some support within the seating.
And look at this has raised seating as well.
Yeah.
I love that. I don't know why, I do, but yeah, that's neat.
Yeah, looks really good.
Moving on.
Okay.
Nottingham Panthers, I believe.
Yes, the Nottingham Panthers. They play, that's central England as well, between Leicester and Sheffield. It looks very space age.
2000? I have
2000 it was built. Seats 7,500, which is a good-sized crowd.
It looks like it seats 7,500.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a nice looking arena from the outside.
It's big and it's round, and it looks impressive. So inside it has very much a world.
Yeah, look how
world-class
steep
look.
that seating is.
Really
It
steep.
could be just for the perspective here, but that looks really steep.
Yeah, it really does.
But I almost like it in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And it got that top,
Yeah.
the top bowl there. It's like,
Yeah, and they have a clock, and the clock looks to be way high up off the ice surface as well, which
Yep.
means that hopefully it won't impede vision of anybody.
again, with the flat wall along the back there.
Yeah. Yeah, very nice.
That looks like a very nice arena, yeah.
Yeah, it certainly does.
And I believe last on our list, the Sheffield Steelers.
The Sheffield Steelers. And this is the favorite team of John Goodwin, who was kind enough to put these packages together for us. So, John, I'm sure you've been in this one many times.
Yeah, and it looks like an arena, and it looks like a very nice arena from the outside. I have 1991 as the year.
I do too. Yeah, seats 9,300 people.
So it's the biggest in the league.
Just
Belfast was 9,000.
Yeah, so it's the biggest. Interesting, when I see the trees, especially the trees along the right, it makes it look almost like it's in a residential area.
Okay.
But that's just something my mind is doing. It obviously wouldn't be. But yeah, very good. This is east of Manchester. This is in north central England. Yeah.
Right.
And this is the, I guess you're going to get to it. This team actually plays a few games in a different arena due to availability. So first off, the inside here,
the inside, it looks much like the last one. Big, very big.
Yeah, wide open.
Nice score clock. Good views.
Yeah, some banners hanging.
Lots of banners, yeah.
You got to like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, well lit. Looks like it'd be good for televised games.
Yeah, very
I don't know
well
if they have TV in
I'd have to assume
the EIHL or not.
I'd have to assume they would.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they also use this arena. John also sent this picture for concerts and stuff. So I think they black out that back wall and stuff. And this is their second.
Yeah, this is the Ice Sheffield, they call this. This is the backup arena where they play. It's much smaller seating, a couple of thousand, I think. They're exhibition games. They have 2 exhibition games coming up in August, and they're playing it at this arena as opposed to the other one. Probably, I'm just guessing, I shouldn't say probably, but it might be more economical to put ice and keep ice in a smaller building.
You're probably right.
You're not cooling a bigger space.
Yeah. I like the roof line.
Yeah, it's very nice.
I like that a lot.
Reminds me of the hotel in Charlottetown.
And there's the inside.
More curling dots, as you'll see.
Yes, more curling dots. No score clock.
Yeah, no score clock.
Bright seats.
Yeah.
Bright blue seats.
Yeah.
Looks
I like it.
very well lit.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and a nice, like a light-colored ceiling, which makes the lighting a lot easier to do, too. Yeah. No, I'm impressed.
All right, I think that wraps up all of the arenas. So, John, thank you very much for sending that to us. We had fun going through it and looking at all the arenas.
Yeah, that's great. I'm really impressed.
Yeah, definitely. It's cool looking at arenas from other countries and other leagues.
Yeah.
So
I've learned a lot just since you started doing these things, so it's great. Appreciate it.
Well, thank you guys very much for watching. We really appreciate it. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you're new to this channel, hope you hit the subscribe button. And if you're watching this from the UK, share it with a fellow hockey friend and see what they think. Leave your comments down below also and tell us what your favorite arena in this video was. What was your favorite?
I like the very first one in Belfast. I just, from the outside. I like that a lot. Now, I like this one too. I don't know if I picked a favorite because we weren't really ranking.
No, we weren't.
I've let you down.
I like the ones with the raised seating.
Yeah.
I think there was 2 or 3 of them. But
yeah.
anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Adios.